Alright everybody, today we are doing a bit of a different video. You are going to ride with me to our destination in downtown Austin, and I'm going to narrate you through everything I'm thinking while I'm riding in traffic. I made this video concept about 1.5 years ago, and I just posted it up. I didn't really think much of it, but I was looking at my analytics, and it looked like that video got a lot of traction, and people thought it was really helpful to watch an experienced motorcyclist go through traffic and discuss the things they're seeing, hopefully helping those beginner riders prep themselves to be in the good mindset of when they're going to ride their motorcycles. So let's jump aboard this Suzuki GSX 8R giveaway motorcycle on yamanoob.co. By the way, if you want to win this thing, go to the website and check it out. Become a member, support the show. But let's fire the thing up and let's go take it for a ride. This is going to be a nice, long, unedited video, so let's do it. So, I'm aboard my machine, put it up into neutral, start her up. The bike is already pretty warm. I actually rode to this location from my home. So, bike is nice and warm. We got good temp on it. Before we take off here, I'm going to just check my 6. That's the location right behind me. Make sure nobody's coming. We're good. And away we go. We're slipping the clutch, riding away, closing our visor. We don't want to get a bunch of crap in our eyeballs. You can stay in first here, but out of mechanical sympathy, go ahead and put it in second. Cruise on down. We'll blip the throttle down to go down to first gear. I'm floating the rear brake a little bit. I've balanced both brakes as I came to a stop. I have my turn indicator on. I'm checking. And we're good to go, nice and clear. Taking off here. Don't need to speed, although it's fun to maybe goose the throttle a little bit. But don't sustain those speeds. What I like to do is, I like to take off, enjoy the bike a little bit, but then dial it back to cruising speeds. Nice and easy on this thing. So, we're positioned here in the right of the lane. We could, in theory, be in the left of the lane over here. What you don't want to be is in the center of the lane. This is where debris and crap lives in the road. You never really want to ride in the center. Always pick one side or the other. Left is usually best because you have space between people coming in on the right over there, and you have more visibility over here. We have to turn left over here, so we're going to check behind us really quick. That's a habit I do just because I don't have mirrors on another one of my motorcycles. We have the yellow right here watching that orange Jeep. They didn't make the turn. That's good. We're clear there. Cars are turning to the right over there, so I'm going to stick right here. We're merging down into one lane. Got a truck trying to turn left up here, so we're going to stay to the left, make sure that they see us. And we give a little bit of a space cushion right there too. So just in that one intersection, a lot just happened, honestly. And it's really fun making these videos for you guys because I get to think through all the little micro stuff that I do to stay safe on my bike that I don't even realize. Like, I made that left-hand turn and, just like, there's so much going on. I'm sorry. Like, that guy was coming in right there, so I floated my fingers above my horn and my high beam so that he would see me in case. I've got the speed bumps right here, but I don't want to hit them, so I go through the middle because I'm a motorcycle. And so you guys will see as you pick up experience and you start riding more and more, all of this stuff becomes second nature to you. You just do it automatically. And it genuinely makes riding more fun. It's a lot less stressful, and you can learn to manage variables a lot quicker and easier. Coming to a stop here, we have our finger floating on the front brake at all times. Got that guy turning left. He's going to make the left because it's his turn to go. Got that guy going straight, no indicator, but let's see if he does indeed do that before we take off real slow. Okay, he's going straight. Sometimes people can turn at intersections without warning. They'll just yeet themselves left or right without a blinker on. So anytime I take off from a four-way stop like that, I like to make sure that, people are going where they're looking like they're going to go. Let's go ahead and stick in the left over here. This road, as you can see, is very wide. This is like a 1.5 lane road. It's a bit strange. We have a lot of space cushion all the way to the curb. Makes it safer for cyclists and sidewalk traffic. I really like that. But at the same time, road design like this, very wide, lends itself to people riding and driving a little faster, funny enough. They've done lots of studies on that show that the wider the road is and the more space cushion you give laterally to people, the more they're willing to do higher speeds. You see, I come to a stop here without hitting my front. I was actually using my rear brake. I don't recommend that. I was just gesticulating because I am trying to talk you guys through some stuff. Got that guy turning in front of me right here, no problem. Guy going left over there, or right rather, my left, good to go. Click it up into third gear. Got our finger above the brake lever once again. We're in this kind of suburban environment right here, getting out to some real traffic and roads and all that, so you never know who's going to jump out, who's just, starting their day off, and, who's going to be, jumping out of their driveways, not paying attention, because most accidents actually happen within a 2 to 3 mile radius of your home, and I believe that's because that's more often than not where you are driving, but the vast majority of people have those accidents. So got these two gentlemen walking right here. I don't know if they're going to go into the road right there. They're not. We're good to go. Got a little divot in the road right there. I avoided that. Sure you guys saw that. I'm watching for road conditions. This is a nice clean road, so no problems right here. I'm floating my high beam and my horn once again, and my front brake lever. I see a moving truck right there, but nobody jumping out in front of it. We're good to go. Stop sign coming up. We're going to stop nice and early, grab a gear down, grab a gear down. That puts us in the ideal first gear right here. Stop, take a look, good to go. Ooh, cyclist just came up a nice steep climb, good for him. Because we are heading down this climb. Okay, got this guy popping out right there. He's turning right, so we're good. But I had my eye on him the whole time, had my brake lever covered. And now this is a nice ride down here, going down this big hill. Okay, got this guy coming. He's not turning in. We're good. But that's the thing. You got to always stay vigilant, Because the moment you're not vigilant, check it out. That guy's backing out of his driveway right there. Sometimes guys just kamikaze and reverse out into the road and don't even see anybody. So that can happen too. Hey, we got a fellow motorcyclist up there. Oh, got two of them. How nice. Maybe we can say hello and be friendly. All right, downhill. This is something we have to think a lot about here in Austin because it is so freaking hilly in this whole city. Makes it great to cycle in, but vehicle speeds definitely change, right? Like I'm going downhill. I'm not trying to go faster, but I'm just naturally picking up speed because I'm going downhill. So I normally will, if I'm going down a steep hill like that, carry a gear down than I normally would be, and that's going to put me in a better position. Going to take a right up here. Got our friends here on looks like a CF Moto and a Z500, Z400, little pipe on it. Guy and girl, maybe a couple, how adorable. Oh, they're on comm systems talking. Look at that, communicating, doing the right thing. You love to see it. Well, they could have gone, but I think they're playing it safe because there's two of them. Maybe just waiting for the green. I would have gone personally because I'm a lone rider. All right, they got plenty of room now. They had to go, right? They gonna go? No, he's waiting for his green. I guess right here, you're waiting for that right turn signal red so that you could actually go. And maybe he was waiting on that. I didn't see a sign that said you couldn't turn right on red, but it's hard to have a little bit of visibility there. And it might be difficult to see it, Got lots of bikes out this morning. That's nice to see. All right. So, originally, I was going to take a left here on Mount Bunnell Road, go down towards downtown. But 2222, this little route right here, is so much fun, and I really enjoy riding it. So why don't we go and take it down this twisty route, and then we'll go back up the other way too, and I'll show you guys how I would ride this road in a fun but semi-respectable way. So you saw I went outside, inside, outside there, taking a bit of a racing line, quote unquote, but I'm just having fun. I can see that the road is pretty clear. It's unlikely that there's going to be any debris in the middle here, and look, I'm not a perfect traffic warrior, I like to have fun with my motorcycles, and I like to enjoy them. So we're going downhill here, so we need to keep an eye on our speed a little bit. We're watching for this traffic up ahead because we do want to have fun on our twisty road, but obviously there is some traffic up ahead of us. So what we can do is we can go right over here. Yeah, we're just clogged up. And what I just did there, I wouldn't recommend. I'm trying to have some fun, and you know, I came over on one lane without an indicator and all that. But like I said, I'm not perfect. So let's ride a little more perfect, shall we? Got our indicator on, creating a bit of a cushion between us and this guy to the right. The Ford Expedition up there is not really giving us much space. This is a situation you can find yourself in sometimes where you're like, man, I want to get ahead of this traffic, but unless I do some really crazy riding, it's gonna prove to be a bit impossible, and I'm not gonna be able to get around these guys. So the best thing you can do in this situation is just give yourself lots of space, you know, add a lot of braking pressure, create some space, and now we've got a nice amount of traffic that is cleared up, and in theory we could scoot off to the right and pass and get ahead of people. Because not that I recommend passing on the right all the time, but you know, it's a great thing to do if you just need to get out from where people are. Ooh, got that guy. Okay, check it out. So I was about to bank a U-turn, right? Our friend right here was just zooming by on that BMW, and I saw him from back there. So whenever you got traffic coming through here, you see he was going much faster than the traffic that was around him, and that's going to make a big difference, you know? If you got a rider going very, very quickly, it's going to make a huge difference. All right, we're riding a teensy bit fast, a teensy bit fun. Indicator on, going to the right. Nice big corner right here. We're navigating it safely. We're speeding a little bit, but we're doing it semi-responsibly, okay? I'm trying to have some fun here. I told you guys that I like this road. I know it very well. I want to have some fun, and that's what I'm doing. So, what I'm going to do right here, pick up into fifth, go over here to the right, take the inside lane here. Do as I say, not as I do, folks. Don't ride like this if you can avoid it. But we're on a motorcycle, we're trying to have a little bit of fun, right? And so now that I've had a little bit of fun, I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. I'm gonna take it back to normal, you know? I did one quick run up and down. We're good to go. Had my fun. Let's bring it back to baseline. And this is what I was talking about. When roads are really nice and wide, it can be difficult to not speed. I mean, that might as well be a highway back there. I don't recommend going as fast as I was going, but you know, if you can have some fun on your bike, why not, you know? You can definitely have some fun and goof around. I'd come to a complete stop on the red, take the right, got our indicator on. In a neighborhood, speed limit is 30. I'm gonna do about 30. Don't need to go crazy. Stick to the left of the road here. And we're cruising around. No problem. Now, we're in much tighter conditions here. There's no need to speed and go crazy in this road. This is a neighborhood, a community, you know. See, that sign says road bump ahead. What's nice about being on a bike is you don't really have to slow down very much. You can just stand on the pegs, allow the bike to absorb the suspension underneath you, and I prefer taking bumps that way. You see here, there's no road bumps, but there's a slight undulation in the road. Very tight little corner coming up here. We'll take it in second because we have lots of torque out of this GSX-8R. Going downhill on camber, so that was nice. We were able to take that corner. I'm going to stick with second gear here because check this out. We're going uphill, but now we're off camber. This road is leaning this way while we're going uphill, so that's a really tricky, weird corner. And you should definitely go slower if you see stuff like that. There's no reason to go quickly if you are, you know, trying to have some fun on your bike, but then, you know, you got the off-camber corners and all that sort of stuff. It can be, you know, a quick way to lose the front end or the rear end or both. All right, so we're on this nice back lane here. We're sticking in the left lane. We got away with having some fun on a little twisty bit of road back there. Like I said, you know, I ride to have fun. I'm not doing everything 100% perfectly. What I'm doing is trying to have fun on my bike, but staying as safe as possible, you know. And my risk tolerance might be different than yours because I've been club racing for a while. I've done a lot of track days. I think I have a pretty good level of confidence and skill with this machine. So the type of stuff I'm doing, I wouldn't recommend if you're a brand new beginner rider. So we're coming through here, nice set of corners behind a little Porsche up here. Guy's going nice and easy, didn't even touch the brakes. And we are too. We're cruising. Alright, one thing I'm noticing is some darker clouds up ahead. Might be some rain. That's something I'm going to start to think about if I start noticing rain droplets or my grip levels changing, because that will massively impact the way that I'm riding, right? Sticking here to the right because my friend is going to the left here. I want to make myself visible to that area over there and keep myself to the inside of anyone coming to this corner right here. That's why I put myself back there in that position. So over here, gonna stick to the left because there's always people that are jumping out of their parking spots in this specific area. And one thing I can tell you guys, I've seen, actually there was a reaction video I did, I think it was the Saiyan Army guy. At the end of that video, there's a situation like this where a bunch of people are stopped up and parked, and he freaking flies through at like 140 miles an hour. Don't do that. If there's lots of people parked in an area, just go slower, you know? Like I see here, there's lots of cars. Oh, got this guy coming. See that? See that? See that? Yep. Even though I'm talking, I've always got an eye on things, you know? I saw that guy coming in. He was about to try to make it. I got my fingers over the brakes in case he really went for it. I can stop fully in time. I'm not speeding, so I can do that. I saw my escape path because he's coming in towards me, right? I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm going to stick to the right. Even if he just barrel rolls through, I'll slow down. I had my finger covered over my high beam and my horn. Maybe I could still get him. But yeah, all right, we're coming to a nice little hairpin downhill right here. Mindful of speed, stick to the left, grab a gear up on the GSX-8R because I know this motorcycle's got plenty of low down grunt and torque. And you gotta know your motorcycle too, man. You know, if you're on a little 600 or something, zingy little engine, or an R3, you know, maybe you don't grab a gear up, maybe you stay in second gear. But that's the difference between you really know your bike and you're riding it in a way that you understand it. And if you don't know the bike, that's going to be a big difference. Why is my ABS activating on my rear brake? That was strange. Got a very ambitious ABS on the GSX-8R, it seems. I'm just coasting to a stop and I feel the crunching of ABS and that weird feeling that I get on the rear brake lever. I wasn't even pressing it that hard. All right, cruising here. Sticking to the right because I want to give myself some space between people coming through over here. I like to stick to the inside of curves like that. You don't want to be all the way on the outside. Even though that provides better visibility, I like staying safer because I don't trust that people aren't going to cut the line. So right here, oop, got that guy coming through. Got our friend with the Porsche up there. Once again, we saw him. He took an alternate route to get to the same place. That's kind of funny. We are going to go straight here. So we'll seriously hit this light. Got the green. Go ahead and take off. 30 miles an hour, but we're now on a 2-lane road. Going to avoid this divot right here. Saw those bumps. Bike handled it no problem. Slight little manhole. Just going to avoid it. Just going to avoid that one too. Why not? Practice our swerving skills. Sure. Yeah.
So I get asked a lot, Yam, what is your favorite motorcycle accessory? And to be honest, this is usually what I reach out for. This is called a rock form, and it's a phone mount for your motorcycle that's going to change your life. Rock form phone mounts are some of the best in the business because they basically defined the category. They're an all aluminum construction. They feature a vibration dampener. And to be honest, you can put these things on just about any motorcycle with a handlebar or clip-ons as well. They feature a stem mount or a handlebar setup that is pretty awesome. The first step is to get yourself the Rockform phone case, and that kind of opens up the whole ecosystem of products for you. Fans of the Yam are going to get 25% off by using the link down below and my code YN25. You're not going to want to miss it. That's a pretty good discount that they're offering my subscribers. So check out Rockform products. They are my go-to motorcycle accessory. This handlebar mount has been very, very useful for me when I'm traveling or just when I'm out somewhere on location and I need GPS on my phone quickly to access. So hit that link down below to Rockform and use the code YN25 for 25% off.
Again, the other thing I want to point out is I am gesticulating and talking to you guys because I have Brazilian and Italian descent, so it's almost impossible for me to speak without moving my hands. That's a curse that I am afflicted with. But while you are riding, if you're not, creating YouTube content, which you shouldn't be doing if you're a beginner rider, just going to put that out there. Focus on your ride, keep your hands on the bars, all that good stuff. Pick up a squid missile key tag on yammynoob.co and just observe that. Observe it flapping in the wind instead of your hands flapping in the wind, and you will be just all the better for it. You'll be a better rider, a better lover in bed, a more generous and kind person. Okay, light's green. I can stop rambling. All right, got that truck coming up on the right hand. Got my eyeballs on him, keeping it fresh and locked in on him. Sticking to the left of the lane here because I don't want to hit any debris in the middle. I'm seeing that this road is not in very good condition off to the right here. We have lots of bumps and weirdness right there, and I do not want to contact all those bumps and weirdnesses. So I'm just going to cruise here. You got people coming in really fast off of this on-ramp on the highway. This guy is coming over into my lane, even though he hit his blinker on the other direction, which is quite strange, but that can happen sometimes. And now we're back in more normal traffic. We got a couple more cars, we got a couple more situations here. And for those of you in Europe, you might say, Yam, filter to the front. Go ahead and filter to the front. And I'll say, yeah, you know, I would. But truthfully, I only filter if it's going to give me a significant advantage in traffic. In a situation like this, I don't know, it's not super necessary. I might do it, I might not. I'm a bit, you know, agnostic when it comes to filtering, I think. Some people do it all the time, especially if it's legal to do it where you do it. Funny enough, it's not legal to do it here in Texas. So imagine that. You're riding around, you want to filter, use your motorcycle for what you intended on, and you're not able to. It's not allowed. Great job, government. Check out this over here on the road. So that looks like debris, but it in fact is not. That is some sort of repair that they've done over the years, or actually the asphalt has been ripped up so much that that's the concrete that's being laid bare of the material that's underneath the road. I'm noticing that right there, over there, and right here in my lane as well. That can be deceiving because if you're going quickly, you might look at that and think, oh, that's sand or gravel, because it looks like sand or gravel, but it's actually not. But I still wouldn't chance it. If I was running down the road, I would try to avoid that. Like, for example, I'm coming up right here, and I wouldn't want to hit this patch, even though when I'm stopped up on it, I can see that it's totally fine. I have grip right there, and it's completely reasonable. But, you know, I wouldn't want to hit it. All right, I'm kind of stuck in traffic a little bit here. I'd rather not be, but again, tight quarters, rather. And I'm just kind of stuck here. Covering our brake. Oh, we got a garbage truck or something up ahead that's causing us all to get bottled up here. This is when it's nice to have a motorcycle and you can just kind of quickly go over. People are all going to try to go over, so give yourself a little bit of room. This guy's trying to come into my lane, but I'm not going to let him. Because I am not trying to get squished between a truck and a bunch of traffic. I'm going to go back to the right lane over here. Got some bumps. Yep, undulations in the road, folks. They're everywhere. Imagine that. Cruising through this intersection. I had the green for a while, so I know I'm safe. Coming through here. Looks like we have a fork in the road, so we're good to go there. Everybody's stopping up ahead. I see that. Everybody's coming to a stop, so I'm already coming to a stop right here. I'll tell you what, if I was on a supermoto or a dual sport of some description, I might just take the bicycle lane. I know that's a bad thing to do, I know, but if I was being hooligan mode, that's what I would do. But today, I am trying to follow the traffic laws and, you know, do my thing. And not break too many rules, right? Not go too crazy. Covering the brake here, using both my brakes, blending between the two. The slower I go, the more rear brake I use, the less front brake. The faster I go, the more front brake I would use. I'm in the right lane here just because I'm going to be turning right here pretty shortly. I want to take a look and see if I got any traffic ahead of me. Grabbing up into second because I was starting to pick up a little bit of speed. Have some mechanical sympathy for the GSX-8R. Got that guy in the white Altima, Nissan. Always got to be careful with the Altima drivers, folks. Creeping up on the light there. I believe this is my turn right here. I think this is Lamar. Nope, it's my next one. Nope, it's that one up there. Got the green right here. I'm looking at the intersection, though, making sure I'm good to go. The lane just opened up for me here. I'm going to check my 6 back there. Looks like this is the turn lane, and we are good to go. We are going to be turning right on Lamar. Stopping before the crosswalk here. I can see that the traffic is all turning right up there, so I actually have a protected lane right here just because everybody was stopped up. But that can be a little dicey because sometimes people will fly by and then just come in over the intersection into your lane. But the biggest thing you want to do when that's happening is to make sure that people aren't doing that, because you're not supposed to be crossing lanes in the middle of an intersection for that exact reason. People will do it still sometimes, and it's very frustrating. Very poor road conditions, as you can see here. We have tar snakes, we got a bunch of crap in the road, mismatched asphalt, concrete, pavement. This to me is dicey, low grip environment. Clicking up into third, get us back in that chill power band. Yeah, I wouldn't really expect much grip in this situation. Look at all these tar snakes, look at this road. It's really not very nice. We have a slight bend coming up in the road. Gonna go ahead and take it just like that. Not adding a lot of lean angle. We're not trying to go super fast in this area. Green light, but we're far away, so we're covering our front brake, taking a look, seeing if anybody's going kamikaze mode. We're good. That's something that you really want to do when you're going through intersections that are already green, is to see if you have clear visibility, you're going to be good to go, all that good stuff. Because, you know, sometimes you can go through an intersection like that and somebody, it's been green for a while, they get crazy, they just jump the red or they go nuts, and that's not what you want to do. This is a nice little bit of road here. Looks like a much better condition than the previous stretch we were in. We're in the right lane, but we seem to be going a little bit faster than the cars around us. That's okay. I'm going to stick back into this side of the road just because if someone decides to turn into me, I got a little bit of bandwidth to do some space. Go back in the left over here. Got this guy going into the lane over. Guy turning there. Blue car coming the other way. We're good. Now we're going to keep going here. I'm still in my left lane here and giving myself a nice cushion between me and this car in front of me. I can hear a car coming next to me here. That's something that I think is an underrated skill as a motorcyclist, is even if you're wearing earplugs, which I do all the time because I like my hearing and I want to protect it, you can hear what's happening around you. And sometimes you can hear the whooshing of the car wheels coming up right next to you, and you're like, okay, I know there's a car right next to me or a car that's coming up next to me, you know? And you can feel and hear that whooshing, and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna change a lane over because I know a car's coming. You also use your mirrors too and see them coming. So there's all these little clues that you can use for what I call peripheral information as you're riding, to understand where you are and where the other vehicles are around you. But that kind of sense builds up over time. You know, you're not going to be a beginner rider, and you know, there's already so much to think about when you're a beginner rider. You have to think about your gearing and how to work the machine, and it's all a little overwhelming. I remember when I was a beginner almost 10 years ago, it was very overwhelming thinking about all these things and all the different things I had to worry about on a motorcycle. And it's nice that, you know, you can get to that point where you're cruising along. That's a situation that I really don't like, is people coming up right next to you while you're riding and just like cruising right next to you. You should avoid that. You should get to a position where nobody can do that to you. That's definitely what you want to be doing. I'm gonna go ahead and take the left lane here. Just take a quick look back. We're clear. What's nice about motorcycles is they are so small that in traffic you can get through things and get by things very quickly and easily. All right, getting a little bit more congested, getting into the city here. We are fast approaching a bit more denser traffic, lots of more intersections. Visually speaking, much more messy information, right? Like I have all this stuff in front of me, all these people, telephone wires, like several intersection lights. What I would recommend is just manage it one step at a time. You know, look at what's directly in front of you, manage that. Don't worry too much about what's behind you. There's a reason that your vision is this big and your rearview mirrors are that big. You don't have to worry that much about what's happening behind you. It's not as big of a deal. You want to make sure that you're managing what's in front of you and controlling what you can for in front of you. So we're cruising over here. I see that there is a sort of protected turn lane right here in the middle, aka a suicide lane that people will use sometimes. I am going to be turning left on the street beyond 6th Street down there. So that's 6th Street up ahead. I want to turn left on 5th Street. So I am currently stuck here a little bit. Again, if I really needed to get somewhere, I would, I would probably scooch on through the turn lane and get by that way, blah, blah, blah. For today, it's not necessary. We're just cruising, we're having a nice time on a motorcycle. And as you see, that guy just popped out in there, and he just blocked the whole lane anyways. And he's actually blocking all of traffic too. So that's one thing. Whenever people driving in the city, man, they tend to do crazier stuff, more unpredictable stuff in denser urban environments. I find that people who are driving in country and even suburban areas tend to be a little bit more predictable, and that's why I tell you guys, in the city traffic, you got to be way more vigilant in city traffic. You got to really observe what's going on around you and make sure that you're trying to control for those variables as much as possible. So you guys will see I'm sitting here in neutral. There's really no reason to be in first at all times. If someone's going to ass pack you from behind, being in first gear is not going to do anything for you. I see that the light up there has turned green, so now I can start being in first. I like to move once everybody starts moving a little bit. Just for funsies, I like to practice my slow speed balance skills in traffic sometimes. I'll see how long I can go without putting my foot down. It's just kind of a fun thing to do. If I'm going to sit in traffic, I might as well do that. All right, clearing this intersection. We've had the green for a while, so probably nobody going kamikaze mode. We're going to be taking a left right where that Amazon delivery truck is. So we're going to wait until we get there, then take the left, because you never know who's going to jump out or do anything or try to get into that lane. Stick all the way to the left here, trying to be in either the left or the right. The left is a better place to be here because there's nobody flying by me. I don't want to be right here on the right, people coming by me really fast while the light's green. At least over here, I'm a little bit more protected, a little bit more visible. I like being in the left when it comes to the turn lane. So we can't see a damn thing because we got this big delivery truck in front of us. So we are offloading our information gathering processes to this Amazon delivery driver in front of us. He might decide to go on the yellow. He might decide to go when it turns green. Because I have no information of what's happening with this traffic light, I just have to sit here. There's nothing I can really do. I'm just going to sit here and kind of just take it. Just not really a whole lot I can do. But I will be in first gear here. This is a situation where I wouldn't want to be in neutral because I don't know when we're going to go here. If I was somewhere else in this traffic light, if I could see, the patterns, if I could see this, I would be in neutral. But here I can be in first. All right, we're going to wait until we can see the light. All right, we got the green, so we're good to go. Sometimes they go on the yellow, and then you don't want to risk it going on a red because someone on the other side might decide to just blow past and go crazy, right? So we're now on a big one-way street. Look at that. So all of these lanes are available to us, open to us. We're going to allow ourselves to take up some space here. Got the green, take a look, we're good to go. Avoid the manhole covers because sometimes they're low grip. Got this guy who thought about coming over onto my lane over here, but we're good. And we're going to slow down here a little bit. Urban traffic, it's a little bit different than those back roads we were in earlier. So we'll cruise here a little bit. I'm sticking to the right here because I don't know what's going on with people coming in and trying to turn left onto this one way. That's something that can happen, is sometimes people are sitting at a light and they have like a yield, or they're going crazy and then they just want to jump in. This guy's jumping in right in front of me, no problem. He's going all the way over. He's going to take that left. He's going to start braking. We're good to go. I'm going to bump it up into second gear and I can just cruise on through here. And yeah, one thing I'll do while I'm riding in city traffic is I just don't speed at all. You are begging to have an accident or a crash if you speed through a city. Just don't do it. It's not wise, Even if you have visibility, like right now, I kind of want to get over into this middle lane and just give myself a little bit more space. So you got a guy crossing the street over there too. That's the other big thing about cities. Lots of pedestrians. Got the yellow here. I'm going to go for it. This guy's crossing. We're just going to go over here, make sure we don't hit him. And we're good to go. I got my fingers covered over my thumb is covering my horn. My indicator finger is covering the high beam. Brake lever is covered. And we are trying our best to mitigate any craziness, Because in the city, man, let me tell you, craziness can happen at a moment's notice. Sometimes there's trucks parked and, you know, there's lots of pedestrians, people walking around, stuff happening, and you want to make sure that you're trying to be as safe as possible. Okay, that truck went for some sort of pass for some reason, but didn't execute, so he ended up brake checking me a little bit. All good, because I'm covering my front brake and my rear brake, and I don't need to worry about him. Bumps in the road here. We are now officially scrambling at this point with these road conditions. Skip that one, go over there, wrap up into second. And we are almost at our turn here. We're going to hang a right on San Jacinto. Now we're just kind of stuck here waiting. I see that there's a pedestrian trying to cross over there, and if I get the green and they get the crosswalk, I'm gonna have to wait for them anyways. So I'm cruising here. I'm a little bit closer to this truck. They seem to be wanting to go straight. Those pedestrians have a cross. She's already going. We still don't have the green, so we're just waiting. We've got a guy crossing here. And he wasn't supposed to, because we had the green, but that can happen. I'm in a turn only lane. I gotta get over here, check our 6, we're good to go. This is a stop sign, not a traffic intersection. So we'll just check and make sure we're good. Got a guy walking there, trying to cross the street. Gonna walk past him, no problem. We're gonna get over here because we're trying to continue on this street. But we have a car up there with their hazards on, so what I'm going to do, because I'm on a speedy little motorcycle and I have space right there, and this guy next to me seems to want to go straight, I'm actually going to try to beat him a little bit. A little sketchy, because you want to make sure nobody's coming the other way, but should be good to go. We're waiting for the green, but the guy left anyway, so now we have space, so that's good. We don't have to do a sketchy maneuver. We can just continue on our way here. Now we can get over in this lane, and we're good to go. Red light, coming to a stop, clutch in, down into first, floating, got 1 foot down, boom. I'm stopped, I'm chilling. Got the green over there, waiting on the crosswalk. Looks like it says we have 5 seconds left. I'll keep it in first gear, and we are good to go, folks. Good to go. We're navigating city traffic. Look at that. Just gonna check left and right. We're in good shape. Now we're gonna hang a right up here. This is a much busier street. This is Cesar Chavez. We're just gonna take this lane right here. I got some pedestrians crossing right here, so it's no worries. We're going to just bleed up a little bit because I need some visibility and I see that there's no pedestrians. I have some space, so I'm gonna go for it in this lane right here to the right, and we're good to go. Now we're going to stick over here to the left, give ourselves a little bit of space, practice our slow speed, no foot down, just because we're having some fun. And we're coming to a stop, Ooh, no foot down. How do you like that? How do you like that? Road is a little bit bumpier right here. And one thing I like to do as I end up approaching my destination, whatever it is, as I'm getting to my final destination, I try to not think about, oh, what am I going to say to the person I'm meeting up when I get there? How's the weather? Blah, blah, blah. I try to stay very focused because I know that people end up losing focus on those final moments, and then they have a situation. You know, you really want to stay focused while you are coming to a stop, while you're approaching your destination, because you really don't want to have anything happen right before you get to where you're trying to go to. You know, that would be quite sad.
Keep watching Yami Noob.